Paris. It is the land of the Eiffel Tower, baguettes, croissants, and crepes. And by crepes, I mean sewer crepes. And how did I not know about Paris's sewer crepes? Now listen to this guy's story, it's been trending this week.
Why did no one warn me not to eat the crepes in Paris before I came to Paris? Because yesterday I ate a crepe in Paris and I almost instantaneously regretted it. Now everything was normal at first. I decided to go to the Eiffel Tower at night because I heard that it sparkles, and when I got there it did in fact sparkle. But while I was there I also saw this little crepe stand and I was like, you know what? I haven't had a crepe since I got here. Let me get one. So I go up to this stand and I order myself a Nutella crepe with like strawberries and bananas, and I pay way too much for it, something like 15 euro. But the dude making the crepe was super nice and friendly, and we were at the Eiffel Tower, so I could kind of justify the 15 euro. Nonetheless, he gets done making my crepe and he hands it to me, and this thing just looks beautiful. I'm ready to eat it. Now, I like to sit down when I eat, so I needed to find a bench, and near the Eiffel Tower, it's super crowded, so all the benches were filled, so I had to walk a bit to find a bench that I could sit on. But eventually, I found an empty bench, and I started eating my crepe, and it was in fact delicious. As I'm sitting there having the last bites of my crepe, I see the dude that served me the crepe walk right in front of me, and he's holding these clear plastic bags of something, but I can't tell what it is at first. But I look a little closer and I realize that one of the bags had crepe batter in it and another bag had chopped fruit. So I'm just thinking that he's like taking the leftovers from his business that day home. Update, he was not. Then see this dude walk up the path a little bit more, and then he looks around to see if anybody's looking, and then he opens a manhole cover and proceeds to put the bags in the sewer. And the worst part was, before I realized what was happening, I had already taken my last bite of the crepe. But yeah, I looked it up afterwards, and apparently this is a thing, like street vendors just storing their stuff in the sewer. If you're coming to Paris, just don't get a crepe from a stand for your own safety and sanity.
I saw this and I was like, no way could this be possible, right? But there is another video of vendors putting this stuff in sewers.
So here we have some guys going into the sewers to retrieve their bags of water and beer that they're gonna go sell to people on the sidewalk or at the Louvre or wherever. Yes, it is true that they store the water, the beer, whatever they're selling to on the street, they store it in the sewers, as you just saw.
So I looked this up and oh gosh, there are multiple news articles on this. So let's just say that's a new fear unlocked for me. I'm just glad that when I went to Paris last year, I wasn't tempted by one of those, because storing batter at the wrong temperatures can lead to spoilage, and storing it in the unsanitary conditions of sewage, ugh. Not to mention all the rats and roaches, yikes. Honestly, this is gross. Now, Paris, as any city, is going to have a rat problem, but just look at these articles. Paris infested with rats, searches for friendly ways to live with them. Ooh. No, thank you. The truth about rats in Paris. The figure most often cited about Paris is that it has 6 million rats. That's a ratio of 1.75, let's just round it up, 2 rats per inhabitant, which is, no thank you. Please do not store my food in sewers. It's already traumatizing enough that there's these many rats running about in the beautiful city of Paris. And just to really bring it home, it's a Ratpocalypse apparently, which is why Paris is awash with vermin. Actually, I've got to admit, that is actually a really cute picture of a rat. I think you're kind of convincing me of living with them at this point. Oh, I don't know. Not with my food in the sewers, but that is a cute rat. And that news article also mentions that many use frozen dough that has been stored in questionable conditions, go figure, to mask the smell and rancid taste. They sprinkle it with vanilla sugar, one vendor told the Le Parisien in French. Oh, and it just makes me so dubious now. There's this video that I found on TikTok of this girl just saying how she bought a €3 crepe and how it was amazing and really good. And I'm not saying these vendors are not good, because there's no evidence to prove that they engage in these practices, but it just makes you doubt everything now. And yeah, I saw him sprinkling on the sugar and I just couldn't help but think stuff. So not to say that they do it, but I am definitely not buying any crepes from any vendors. I am going to be even more suspicious of it.